Hey everyone, welcome back for the next part of Sky content in our FF11 series. So another job that I got $2.99 off camera is Warrior on Mrpierso. I really wanted to get Warrior leveled up to 99 just because it can use so many different weapons, so you can do a lot of skilling up and getting weapons ready for other jobs, so you got a good head start. So I've got Mrpierso lock styled in the Warrior AF. He is using the starting I-119 gear and that not so shiny Genbu helm that we got from our last Sky God fight. I've got that lock styled as well too. So the next Sky God NM that we will be working on is Byakko. So like the last one, we've got a couple of items we need to go farm. Now this next one that we're about to farm, I quite like because it's a nice little break from having to dungeon crawl in the Livuganon Palace and the Shrine of Ru'Avitau. The NM that we have to spawn is a lottery pop NM. Now, where we're at, we took the survival guide, started back from the beginning, just before I get too far ahead of myself. So we were here. We're going to be going through this area here. As we can see to the side, there's a whole bunch of groundskeeper dolls. The ones that are actually in the chambers will aggro you for getting too close. And what we want to do is we want to be killing those. And eventually what will happen is an NM, a doll NM called Despot, will spawn in place of one of those, and he will immediately aggro and chase the player that killed his placeholder. Now, if someone's already killed the NM, it can take upwards of 2 hours for it to actually show up. So if you are farming this, be prepared for the possibility that you might be farming here for a little while. But otherwise, this one isn't too bad. You don't need to be roaming around in the dungeon trying to find the right teleportation pad or the right hallway, or oh crap, do I need to go back and hit a switch to open a door? It's very simply just run around here, piss all these guys off, and just kill them dead. As you can see, we're just pissing off all the locals here. Let's go ahead and throw Berserk and Aggressor up. I still gotta make some dedicated macros for Warrior. And let's deliver an area attack. Oh, killed a few of them. The funny thing about this Despot NM is you get so caught up just going and killing these as quick as possible that when Despot actually does show up, it's almost kind of a surprise because he'll just show up and just kind of come after whoever killed his placeholder and just kind of merge in with the rest of the group, and then it takes you a moment to realize, oh, shit, that was the NM. Literally right there. Alright, let's grab the next group. So convenient. Oh, yeah, target, out of all the mobs attacking me, target the healer. Yeah, totally. Makes a world of sense. Okay, let's go for another area attack here. Killed a couple of them. Yeah, out of all the Sky NM camps and such to get those items, in my opinion, this one is probably the easiest. Since we are killing a lot of these guys, though, definitely check your inventory. Make sure that you've got space, because it's really easy to have a lot of trash items fill up your bag very quickly. And now it's a simple matter of just waiting for them to respawn. These ones out here do not count as placeholders to my knowledge. I usually tend, like when I did this once on Paladin, I was usually getting rid of these guys just so I didn't have to be so worried about magic aggro, but given that I'm playing Warrior right now, I'm more so just doing it to build my TP up. Hey, I'm running through the garden and I'm stupid as all hell. Come, fight me. Imagine doing this when I actually have some decent 99 gear. Oh, there's Despot. Oh yeah, like 16 waves later. One nice thing about him is he does show up claimed by you, so you don't have to worry about somebody being an asshole and rushing in and stealing him from you. Beautiful. And he dropped 1 Gem of the West. Oh, we've still got one more groundskeeper that's attacking us. Yeah, when I did this one on my Paladin, I think it only took like 3, 4, maybe 5 waves tops to get him to spawn. So, I mean, it all depends on when he died and how the lottery rolls as well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and lot on that, and then we will move on to the next Byakko item. We are back in the Shrine of Ru'Avitau. We are going after the Ullikummi NM, which is another crystal golem giant, like one of these guys here. He's a forced NM spawn, but before you can spawn him, you need to get an item called a piece of diorite, which drops from these aura statue enemies here. It's another horrifically low drop rate, but there's plenty of them here. We came in through the home point crystal number 1. Now, something I neglected to mention when we were doing the Genbu part of this little arc here is make sure that before you're doing any sky hunting that you get your Mog Garden set up, because there's a little feature in your Mog Garden. There's many features in the Mog Garden, but there's a little feature called Flotsam where random junk just washes ashore on your beach. Now, sometimes it's crappy stuff that you don't care about. A lot of times it is. For those of you who don't follow my series regularly, I made my alt character Ragecat after my fiance, like inspired by my fiance. My fiance Rita has just recently started playing more casually. She's more into like the Mog Garden and the crafting and that kind of stuff, the fishing. She does some combat stuff with me, but not a whole hell of a lot. But Rita's had like a piece of diorite washed up on our beach, so we already have the diorite item. So we don't even have to worry about farming these guys. Definitely the perks to having that Mog Garden set up. And sometimes you can even have the items like that you need to spawn the actual sky gods themselves, like one of the seasonal stones, like the Autumnstone that we're going for, or like the Gem of the West. That stuff can show up in the Flotsam as well too. So it's a good idea to check that every day because you can save yourself a ton of time. So if you're following this as a guide, definitely kill a bunch of these aura statue guys, get your deal right, and then move on to the next part. But since we already have one, we're jumping right ahead to go spawn the NM. So last time we had to go onto a different map in here for the Genbu stuff. We ended up going over this way. This time we're going to be going over this way. And we should have the monolith switches we need in here to access this room if we need to open anything up. Okay, so we're on the new map. Last time we did this for Genbu, we were over on this side. So if you're following the map on FF11 Clupedia, we're going to be going down to that pad at the bottom there on the south end, and that is labeled as Telepoint Indigo, I as in Indigo. So now our only option is to go to Teleporter J as in Juliet. Oh, come on, come on. Use the portal. Nice. We got through without having to fight the guy. Okay, so we both ended up in the same spot. I think this is another one where you can kind of end up in either of these circular rooms that are parallel to each other. So next up, we're going to want to go to the northeast teleporter, which has a blue door in front of it. And it looks like the blue monolith for this area is already on. This is where you really have to be careful with where you go, because if you accidentally take the wrong teleporter, it will send you to the wrong place. And you basically have to start over from there. So if you really don't know your way around here, that can be extremely frustrating. So Always pays to, like most things in FF11, always pays to have several tabs of the guide open. That's right, get wrecked. Okay. Ah. Just kind of creeped out from the corner there. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this teleporter. Okay, we ended up in the same spot. So now we have to go to the one labeled as teleporter M. Now, if we remember back to our very lucky run of getting the Romave water and the Winterstone for the Genbu path, we did all that up here. But now we're in more or less an identical kind of mirror version of that room, but on the south end, and the two cannot access each other. So we need to get over to this telepad here, and I'm really hoping there's a monolith that we can use, because it looks like there's a yellow door in the way. Oh, it looks like we have an NM called Faust down here. And funny enough, that's one of the enemies that we need for the Suzaku path. I wasn't intending to do Suzaku in this one, but hey, when life gives you shit-covered lemons, you make stink bombs. I mean, when life gives you wild onions, you make stink bombs. And lob them at criminals. Yeah, I think this guy's gimmick is he just spawns weapon skills. Yeah. A little tough for dual boxing because your characters keep getting hit by knockback. Let's give you a little defense down. Ragecat can go ahead and use some chakra. Sorry, I meant to have these all organized. And, you know, like systematically, this episode we cover this one, this episode we cover this one, but it'd be foolish not to grab this guy while he's literally right in front of us. Okay, you are starting to get on my nerves. Cool. So we got 2 summer stones from that guy. Excellent. Okay, well that was a pleasant little surprise. Like I said, wasn't planning on doing that one till probably the next video. Let's go ahead and trigger this monolith here. So that should have the yellow doors open. It's another reason it's really helpful to have these FF11 Clupedia maps up, is they do have all the doors and monolith switches marked. And we'll definitely have to spend some time here farming some fire clusters. With Rita doing crafting, she's been focusing a lot on cooking, so she's needed fire crystals like crack. She lusts after those fire crystals like a drug addict lusts after, well, drugs. And now if we look at the map, we've got 2 more kind of mirror rooms, and we are on the correct side, on the west side. For the Ullikummi, where we'll hand in the diorite. So if you've collected your diorite, this is where you're going to trade it in. We will eventually have to go, as you can see, I already have it marked, Mother Globe. We will eventually have to go and do Mother Globe on the other side. That one is for the Seiryu path. I'm going to go ahead and summon Kapipi just in case we catch a whole bunch of linkage in here. And now we just need to find where that question mark spot is. Oh, there it is. I think we're gonna go ahead and clear out a little bit of the room here. I'll just go ahead and pull a bunch of these guys here, just run by them like an asshole. Oh yeah, everybody gather together for buffs. The best kind of buffs. There. Everybody's already beat to shit. I won't even bother engaging Ragecat. We've already got this in the bag. Oh, this one's still at full health. Not for long. Good enthusiasm, Kupibi. Dole out those critical hits you rarely get to experience. Now, Rita's the one with the deal, right? So we'll go ahead and get her to make the trade. Oh, you're a big boy. All right, let's kick this guy's crystally bony ass. Kind of want to... I haven't really done any experimenting with warrior and monk skill chains. Probably going to end up laying this guy out right off the hop, but... Raging Rush. Let's try a Dragon Kick. Ah, I think we killed him too fast anyway. And there we go. We got the Autumnstone. And I was fortunate enough that the stone that washed up on Ragecat's Flotsam in her Mog Garden was actually another Autumnstone, so we don't even have to worry about doing this again. With both the Gem of the West and the Autumnstone in hand, we are getting ready to go fight our second Sky God NM, Byakko the White Tiger. So, I mentioned before that some Sky Gods require you to go through the Shrine of Ru'Avitau because there's fallen debris that prevents you from getting to their telepoint on the exterior in Ru'Aun Gardens. I looked at a Sky Maps and Routes guide. I'd love to give credit to whoever wrote that. It's on FF11 Clupedia, but I can't find their name anywhere on the guide. That might just be a me problem glossing over it. But it looks like the only one that you have to actually go through Shrine of Ru'Avitau to get to is Byakko. Now it says Northwest Ru'Aun Gardens, so I'm in the northwest part of Shrine Ru'Avitau, so I'm hoping we're going out the right way. We'll find out in a second. Okay, so we're back outside in the Ru'Aun Gardens. You can see the familiar landscape and structures up there. And we're running around the stairwell base here. And yeah, that is the reason why we have to go through the shrine, because of this fallen debris here. So just like we did with Genbu, we're back on pretty well an identical isolated island. It's going to be that case for the other Sky NM gods as well too. With the exception of Kieran, I believe you actually fight him inside the dungeon. I've seen some pictures and some videos of people fighting him, and yeah, to my memory it was inside a dungeon. So here's the question spot. So like we did before, we're going to go ahead and summon Truss. We're going to try fighting him with some pretty crappy 75-ish gear on, whatever I've got available in my Mog wardrobe. And then we'll fight him again, since I've got both the items on Mrpierso and Ragecat. We'll fight him again with some I-119 gear on, just the basic beginner I-119 gear, just to really show how gear has come along and how things have changed.
I am Byakko, divine guardian of the West. You mortals are not worthy to feel my fangs, but perhaps you might provide us last few moments of entertainment.
Oh boy, it's happening again.
Do they have to be so loud?
Okay, Autumnstone, Gem of the West. Let's boogie. Oh, hi, kitty. You look kind of pissed off. We've got Treon tanking. Okay. Alright, jumping over to Ragecat. Get her going. Beauty. Jump to Mr. Mrpierso. Joys of dual boxing. I really gotta make some macros for Warrior. Let's throw up some of her damage and accuracy buffs. Hasso, because I'm subbing Samurai. Oh, and I am paralyzed, so I want to be careful I don't try to use something important. Okay. Let's go with a full break. Just to lower a bunch of his stats. Pop a meditate. Oh, and that got eaten by paralyze. Yeah, so the Sky Gods, I personally feel Genbu is the easiest of the four, especially since he's so slow and you can kind of just run him around the island. Now I'm kind of nervous to do anything because of the paralysis. Okay, Ragecat's paralysis is almost gone. Alright, let's pop footwork. Berserk. Focus. The tornado kick. Oh, missed. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's embarrassing. I forgot that Byakko's a thief. He used perfect dodge. I guess I should have done a little more research before I did these fights. Oh well. As you can see, I mean, level 99, even though we're using some crappy gear, these fights are definitely a lot more forgiving than they were back in the day. I'll pop a remedy. Or try to. Let's go for a Raging Rush. Didn't really come in with a skill chain strategy or anything, but yeah, we got this. There we go. I dare say this is a cat fight. It's kitty versus kitty. Banish 4. Well, that's rude. Throw up all them damage buffs. Let's do a boost / chi blast just to be obnoxious. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference, just like when we were fighting Genbu. What the heck is this? Yeah. Oh, got Ragecat in the yellow. Go ahead and pop a chakra. Now we're at full health. Now, I don't want to make that silly mistake I made last time. Tornado kick. There we go. Over 10,000 damage. And Byakko now used perfect dodge. For all the good that's going to do. Yes, it just goes to show you just how much things have changed over the years. Like, these used to be the baddest of the bad. I am a little disappointed I didn't get to experience these guys in the old days. It is nice to go back and watch people's videos of how those fights went. But in another sense, it is kind of nice to be able to blitz through this content and then move on. We get a divine log.
I had not known that mortals of such strength and kind existed. I will remember your name, child of Vanity.
Well, that is 2 Sky Gods down, 2 more to go before we can fight Kieran. Thanks for tuning in. And I think next we're going to go after Suzaku. Ragecat already has the items for Suzaku, and we got one for Mrpierso by accident when we bumped into that Faust NM. So we only have the one item we have to go farm for Suzaku, and then that'll be another fight done. Let's get to it.